Good morning, students. I'm going to keep it real quick. First, I want to make sure you guys can see my PowerPoint presentation. I want to first talk about dealing with COVID-19, okay? Now, keeping the viruses at bay in child care centers. The first thing we need to do when a child comes into the center is to get them to wash their hands. Get them to wash their hands. If you do this at the beginning with children, it will become nature, okay? It'll become automatic. That's what they do, okay? So make sure you do that. Now, if your parents come into the child care center, you know, if they stay in there longer than 3 minutes, you go ahead and have them wash their hands and hand them something to cut out. Good child care teachers almost always have something that need to be cutting out, okay, cut out, okay? Now, always wear gloves. Always wear gloves when dealing with any bodily fluids of children. Always wear gloves, okay? I'm talking about runny noses, tears, blood, and so on, okay? Make sure you wear gloves. Treat everyone as if they have something, okay? Make sure you wear your gloves. Always wear gloves. Now, the mode of transmission for COVID virus, early reports suggest person-to-person transmission most commonly happens during close exposure to a person infected with COVID-19. Primarily through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. Droplets can land in the mouth, noses, or eyes of people who are nearby, or possibly be inhaled into the lungs of those close proximity. Now, recent studies indicate that people who are infected but do not have symptoms likely also play a role in the spread of COVID-19. Okay, so keep that in mind. I wanted to just talk about that briefly. Now, summer courses. I have a couple of summer courses that I'm teaching this summer. All right, that's EDU 280, which is Early Childhood Literacy and Language Development, and EDU 263, which is School Age Care, okay? Now, that particular course, along with EDU 145, leads to the North Carolina School Age Credential. And the more credentials you have, the better, okay? You want to make sure you have all these good things, okay? Now, Mr. Tinkerpaw, now you should have got his email through an email I've sent you, okay? Mr. Tinkerpaw will be handling all your registration needs, okay? Unless you do self-registration. Now, I've set up all your academic plans in the system, so everybody should be able to self-register. Everybody should be able to self-register with no problems, okay? So give it a try. All you do is go into your web advisor, sign in. It's the same place you go when you check for your grades and stuff, which I'm gonna be posting soon. So make sure you go in there and check it out, okay? Now, teaching children in circle time. Most people call it large group, okay? But of course, it's called circle time when they're on the carpet and you got everybody in the class together. Large group or circle time. Now, circle time can sometimes be a challenge, okay? Can sometimes be a challenge. Now, it does not always go smoothly, okay? Now, during circle time, the teacher sees to it that every child is given the opportunity to be involved. Okay? The opportunity to be involved. Children are seated in a circle, either in chairs or on the floor. Most likely on the floor. Most of the time, an object is passed around the circle to show whose turn it is to speak. Okay? This doesn't always go smoothly. Okay? Now, make sure that the circle time is not more than 15 minutes. And free play normally follows directly afterwards. Okay? Now, look for the children who are not really paying attention. You always have one or two kids who are looking out the window, looking in the sky, looking at their fingers. They're doing everything but listening. And when the students are shouting things out, they're not shouting anything out. You look out for them. You look out for them and try to get them a little bit later. And I'm gonna explain that. Now, do not single a child out that makes a child feel some kind of way. Don't do it, and it'll make them shut down, okay? Do not single them out. There's always one or two kids in the classroom that are a bit shy, okay? Okay? And not so comfortable with speaking around a large group. But when you get them by themselves, they're more free. And they tend to get out and participate far more when they're by themselves, okay? So don't look at them and think they're special needs or something. No, it's a high probability they're just shy and they just don't want to participate around a lot of people, okay? Now, what you do is when a large group is dismissed and you have them in free play, you want to make sure that your teacher assistant, in most cases, if you have an associate degree, you're in a preschool room, you will probably be that teacher assistant. Now, as the teacher assistant, know that you are going to make yourself also a center. You have manipulatives, you have, dramatic play, the music center, blocks, and then you have yourself. Now, you will be the one that'll be in charge of doing the small group project, okay? What either is an art project or something that you want to teach. The teacher feels that needs to be taught in a smaller group. And most of the time, it's normally an art project or something. So you take a small group and you make yourself a center so that the children can come to you and do the art project. Now, the teacher will also make himself a center. They'll usually try to get the one student or one or two students that were not really paying attention in the large group session, okay? So they'll get that student and work with them, but not work with them very long. Just work with them a short time, because it's also hard for a student to concentrate when they see their buddies playing, okay? So make it short, make it fun. Don't make it painful, okay? You make sure it's really friendly and fun, okay? Make the student want to do it, okay? And normally, when they see one child having fun doing a thing, other children will come right to you and want to do that thing, okay? So keep that in mind. Make it fun. Make it so the kids want to come to you, okay? Now, child circle time doesn't always go real smooth. And now, when all else fails, put on some music and dance, okay? When all else fails, put on some music and dance. It never always goes smoothly. So keep that in mind too. Always have a backup plan ready, okay? Now, if there are no questions, I'd like to say thank you for viewing this presentation. You have the most greatest day. Thank you. Bye-bye.